If you're a longtime member of this channel, you may have seen this video over on the Strawberry Horror channel that's ran by Brittani, the co-host of the Tales from the Dark podcast. Well, we recently decided to merge both channels together and re-release this video along with some additional, more stable footage. And if you're unfamiliar with this video, be sure to watch to the end and let us know what you think we caught on film. Side note, I would highly recommend watching this video on your desktop or tablet because it's a little hard to see on a phone screen.
What the fuck was that?
What is Randonautica? This seems to be a question that the mainstream media had a frenzy over a couple months into the worldwide quarantine. A quick Google search of Randonautica articles will bring up anything from the app of the summer to teens finding human remains. While looking through, you can begin to see a stark contrast in the way news articles have viewed this app and the way that most of their active users do. Before we go into details, let's talk about the app's origin. Joshua Langfielder and Auburn Salcedo released the beta version of Randonautica on February 22, 2020. According to Randonautica's website, they have over 13 million downloads since their beta release. As of right now, there is not a lot of information available about the full version. According to Randonautica, it is expected to be released soon, as seen in this review on Google Play, while their website says summer of 2020. For now, users can still use the beta version to go on their own adventures. When you visit the official Randonautica website and social media pages, the company as a whole just really seem like an open book. They link and share all kinds of views from their users and influencers alike. They even went as far as to share this 2-star review where the user was actually disappointed that he did not find any dead bodies. Going back to the website, the developers explain what randonauting actually is in the following quote. Randonauting is the act of using the Randonautica app to generate truly random locations, sourced with quantum entropy. The user can then choose to venture to these locations to see what they find. They often discover that what they see lines up with their intention, which is what they were thinking about when they generated the point. But even if this doesn't happen, it's a mindful way to explore the world around them. They then go on to explain who the app is actually made for. The Randonautica app is for anyone who wants to break out of their normal mundane routine or would like to go on an adventure to interesting places around them they never knew existed. The user gets to create their own story through an exciting adventure, and the things that they may find along the way may only have meaning that they can uncover and understand. Moving on to their Q&A section, they cover topics from concerns of safety to if the app violates one's personal religious beliefs and practices. They end the section with links to their media manager for any other inquiries the users may have. Let's dive into some of the experiences. Going to the Randonautica's Reddit, the users are actively posting about their experiences with this app. Most of the ones I have seen have been positivity forward rather than scary. One user by the name of the Voss Chapmans posted how she had the intent to help someone and found a small homeless encampment. She then left them some Target gift cards and was on her way. Feeling overcome by emotion, she cried her whole way home. This user and many others have used this app for generating their own happiness in whatever way they need. The Reddit users even go on to post about how the mainstream media views this app. This is not to say that users have not experienced terrifying locations while projecting their intentions as scary or ghostly. Many examples can be found throughout TikTok and Reddit. However, this story stuck out to me. Reddit user Old Moon Lullaby posted this picture along with the information for their adventure. The house that the user found was seemingly overgrown. There was, however, one singular light on in the house. When looking from an aerial view on Google Maps, the house does not exist. The user then said that they would come back and keep everyone posted when they came back in the daytime to investigate further. With all this in mind, let's go see what we find. For the first stop, I went to the outskirts of a nearby town near a creek and trails. My very first intention was to find something otherworldly. Through choosing Anomaly in camera, I was giving a location 4 minutes away. At this point, in my mind, I had already decided that I wanted my next coordinates to be for something purple. Once I got to the road where the coordinates end, I immediately noticed a small abandoned warehouse. Once I looked inside, I noticed that symbols were painted onto a wooden part of the wall. From what I have researched and what I have seen before, my best guess as to what these symbols were from was a cult. I then went further down the road to a large field in which the coordinates were found in the middle of. Shortly after walking on the edge, I noticed a creepy tree along with purple wildflowers growing on the ground below it. Really? 2 hits in one? That seemed highly, highly unlikely. I knew I had to do at least a couple more. For the next stop, I projected that I wanted to see something red. I then set off on another short drive to a residential area. Although I did notice that this time, I was noticing every little thing that was red on the way. The bricks in the buildings, the business signs, even small red flowers on the side of the road. Once I had brought attention to this one particular color, my mind would not rest. Once I pulled up to the circle of houses, I almost immediately noticed that about a block away, across the field and road, a woman was sitting on her stairs wearing a bright red shirt. Then almost immediately after, I noticed a red umbrella on the back patio of one of the houses that I parked in front of. Coincidence or not, these were really adding up quick. Was I wishing what I wanted to see into existence? Determined to keep going, I decided to go on one more trip. Do Anomaly. We'll do temporal again. I want to find something ghostly. For the last stop, I was sent to the edge of a disc golf course. There were some families in the field playing, so I had to walk along the creek bed to get back to the coordinates. About halfway through the walk, I heard noises in the trees that sounded like a low gargling noise. I stopped and I tried to record what I had heard, but to my disappointment, I did not hear it again. I continued on, circling around the edge of the coordinates, and found a semi-path leading into the thicket that the coordinates were in. I saw old shoes, a towel, and what looked like a bedsheet with underwear wrapped in on the edge.
Like underwear.
With a different creek bed on my right, I walked along the path. Shortly after, though, in the distance, a brown-black creature ran through the creek bed and up into the woods in front of me and then disappeared out of sight. Let's look back at this clip. What the fuck was that?